old man was on the front porch, and the water was coming up. And the National Guard came by in a Jeep, and they say, you better come with us, Pop. The water's still coming up. And he sends them away. He says, I don't need you guys because I believe in the Lord and he'll save me. And he sent them away. And they went. They couldn't wait there. And they came back. It was about 8 hours later. It was about 8 hours, wasn't it, Doc? Yeah, it was close to 8 hours. It was about 8 hours later. And now the water was up over the porch. And the old guy was sitting up on the roof of the porch. And there's in a boat. And they say, you better come with us, Pop. This water's still coming up. And we don't know how much longer. And he says, go save your other friends. I don't need you. I trust in the Lord, and he'll take care of me. So they go. They had a split. Now they come back. Must have been like, what, 12 hours? Yeah, about 12 hours. They come back. Now the water's up to the roof. The old guy's on top of the chimney. And the water was coming up, and now they're in a helicopter. And they were shouting down to him. Well, that makes sense. They were shouting down to him, you better come with us, Pop. This water's still rising. And the old guy says, go save somebody else. I don't need you guys. I trust in the Lord. And it was about 15 minutes exactly that the water came up, and the old guy, he just, it was all over with. And then about 2 weeks later, he was in heaven, and God walked by, and he went, psst. And God came over and he said, what happened down there? I ask and you shall receive, and you let me drown. And God said, you twerp. First I sent a Jeep, then I sent a boat, then I sent a And now I'd like to do this very serious song. Boy, I did hear this one funny story, though. My cousin Ray back east, he's got an upholstery shop, you know, and there's a bar downstairs. I mean, that way he could do the stools. Yeah. And he goes in this bar one day, and he sees he's sitting down the end, and this drunk comes in, really loaded, see? And he says to the bartender, he was like just opening, was hardly open. He says, give me a beer. And the bartender says, you've had enough, you better go home. And he says, give me one beer, and I leave. So the bartender gives him a short one, and he's drinking it. He says to the bartender, hey, he says, you got a dartboard. What do you just have darts and stuff? And the bartender says, yeah, the guys come in, they have contests and stuff like that, you know. And the drunk says, let me throw the dart. And the bartender says, hey, look, you're drunk. These are sharp. You could hurt yourself. He said, let me throw the dart. I throw the one dart, I go home. The bartender says, here. He throws the dart, he gets a bullseye. He says, do I win a prize? Jeez, the bartender says, I don't know. Let me see what I got. He looks under the bar. He's got a shoebox under there with a turtle in it that he found in the backyard. He's going to give it to his kid. But he figures, what the hell? I don't want my kid to have no turtle anyway. So he says, here you are, first prize. So he gives the drunk the shoebox with the turtle in. And the drunk left. Now it was about 30 days. About 30, yeah. 30 days later, the drunk come back, and he goes and he sits down and he says to the bartender, remember me? And the bartender says, yeah, I remember you. You came in, you had the drink, and you threw the dart. And the drunk says, let me throw the dart again. I wonder if I could do that twice. And he says, no, man, look, I don't want you to hurt yourself. He said, come on, just let me throw the dart. He says, all right, here. He throws the dart, he gets another bullseye. And he says, do I win another prize? And the bartender says, geez, I don't know. He said, what the hell did I give you last time? And the drunk said, last time you give me the roast beef on a hard roll.